Driving to Alaska has been on my bucket list ever since I learned it was possible to drive there. Some of you may know that I lost both my pets this summer in the span of 3 months, and when I lost Matcha, I packed my car up and decided to leave the next day to live out of my Mazda CX-50 and camp across Canada on the way to Alaska. Was that smart? Probably not, and it's probably something to unpack in therapy. But it was difficult for me to stay in the house, and I'd taken PTO for a week to grieve anyways. I left Seattle late in the day and made it to BC that evening, and I found a spot to car camp that also had cell service. So I was able to plan my route along the remote highway that would take me up BC and through the Yukon, where gas stations were sparse and often closed, and highways were unpaved. This is my solo journey to Alaska. Good morning. It's early. I went to bed late again. I made it to a rest stop. I think I'm gonna stay here for the night because it's free. And I am testing out a new setup for this trip. You might notice that my head is much closer to the ceiling than it was before. It's because I finally got a bed platform. I put a car mattress on top and I'm using my regular bed blanket so it feels more like home. Tonight I wanted to plan more in depth my exact route. I saw so many sources online that said to get the milepost. There's so much information in here, so I'm going to read through this and inform myself more about what I'm doing for the next week. I'm glad I stayed up late and did that because now I feel more confident about what I want to do. I now also know where I'm probably camping every night, so I could send it to people in case something happens. I woke up to this beautiful lake. It's so calm and peaceful, and I could hear the birds calling this morning. Today is a big driving day. To get to the Yukon requires a lot of driving. Today I'm driving almost 12 hours. Before heading out, I quickly brushed my teeth and got ready. Had a quick breakfast down by the lake, and of course, a coffee. That's actually not bad. Nice. All right, let's hit the road. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't believe how beautiful British Columbia is. I feel so at peace right now. I'm really happy. I'm so glad I'm doing this trip. I had 5 goals for this trip. 1, to see a grizzly. 2, visit a glacier. 3, watch the northern lights. 4, process my grief. And 5, spot a moose. The town I was headed to in the Yukon was known for being one of the best places to view the northern lights, so I had high hopes. I don't recommend you wait as long as I did to plan this trip because you need to be very prepared if you're going to drive through Canada and Alaska. There are few services along the highway I'm taking, and if your car gets a lower gas mileage than, say, an SUV, you may need to carry a jerry can or 2 of extra gas, especially in the winter. I don't know if you can tell, but the sun is so bright. I am dilly-dallying though. I keep stopping at all these pull-offs because it's so beautiful. Might be a little behind schedule, but it's okay. It's worth it because it's so beautiful. The highway that would take me up to the Yukon is remote, and I was expecting to lose cell service for a few days. While I still had service that morning, I had screen recorded all the directions in Google Maps that I would need to take along my route every day in case I got lost. My map wasn't allowing me to download more than 1 map offline, which is why I resorted to this method. It was tedious, but I highly recommend if you plan to drive this route, make sure you take the necessary steps to navigate yourself if you were to lose service. I think in another life I would be a geologist because those rocks I'm passing now are so beautiful and I don't know what they are. And I feel like every video I post I'm just admiring the rocks and I never know what kind of rocks they are. So if anyone out there is a geologist and wants to tell me about these rocks. Please let a girl know. I've reached an area where it's pretty arid, pretty dry. There's a beautiful river running through this canyon. The river is so turquoise blue. There's beautiful white water, and I'm really happy. It's also really hot. It's already in the 80s here in Fahrenheit. There are so many pull-offs along this highway to stop and enjoy the view. I'm really happy I can enjoy Canada in its summer prime while it's transitioning to fall. Canada, you have my heart so far. I'm looking forward to the Yukon so much. As an American, I'm not used to kilometers. How many miles is that? The only kilometers I'm familiar with are 5K and 10K because I run, but I was excited to become more familiar with the units that the rest of the world uses. I learned quickly that 90 kilometers per hour equals 55 miles per hour, and I basically use that as my marker to learn the other speed limits. I reached an area where there's salt flats. I did not know salt flats were here. I was so surprised. This is so cool. I wanted to pause for a minute and thank today's sponsor. For those of you who are traveling on the road a lot like me, or even just driving around the city, you may have wondered if you need a dash cam. Let me introduce you to the VOFO dash cam, specifically the A329SW 3-channel dash cam. First of all, I love this dash cam because, as it says in the product name, it has 3 channels. The first is a 4K 30 FPS front view that is crystal clear. You can choose to enable the HDR function, which helps balance extremely bright and dark areas, preventing overexposure, especially at night, allowing you to capture clear and detailed footage. The second is a 2K waterproof rear camera, and last but not least, a 2K fisheye cabin camera. The fisheye camera in the cabin is convenient to monitor what's going on inside the vehicle or record your journey. It has 4 infrared LED lights, preserving more detail in low light conditions. All 3 channels use the Sony A7IV sensor, meaning there's less motion blur and less noise. My favorite feature is the Wi-Fi. I can connect to the dashcam through an app, enabling faster 4K streaming and faster downloads. A 1-minute 4K video can be downloaded in under 10 seconds. Another favorite feature of mine is when my car is off, the camera will switch to standby. And if it detects an impact, the camera will wake up in about 2 seconds and start recording for 1 minute. This means it can capture thefts, hit and runs, and any other incidents to keep your car safe. With this dash cam, I feel safer on my road trips, in the wilderness, and from any potential break-ins in the middle of the night. There's also smart voice control and Bluetooth remote control, allowing you to start recording, take photos, and turn the Wi-Fi on and off with voice command. The dash cam also supports up to a 4 terabyte external SSD storage, allowing up to over 3 weeks of footage. The rear camera is waterproof and powered by the Sony A7IV IMX675 sensor, capturing crisp 2K visuals both day and night. The waterproof design makes it ideal for rainy conditions, and thanks to the hydrophobic lens coating, the camera can maintain a clear view and can capture license plates, traffic conditions, and road signs in rain without water droplets interfering. If you're interested in this dashcam, I highly recommend you check it out. I feel so much safer knowing that I have footage of what might go wrong when I'm out adventuring or even just at home. I'll put a link in the description, and thank you so much to VOFO for sponsoring today's video. And now back to the video. I'm passing through this area with a lot of aspens that are starting to turn yellow. There's these open grassy areas and a lot of ponds and marshes. It just looks like prime moose territory, so I've been keeping an eye out for moose. This area just looks like Montana mixed with a little Maine, if that makes sense. It's just so gorgeous. I feel like I've driven through so many biomes since leaving Seattle yesterday. I'm excited to see how it's going to change more and more as I get closer to the Yukon. I'm in the land of Trailer Park Boys. I'm in the land of Celine Dion. Excited. In the late afternoon, it started to get noticeably hazier. I was driving a route parallel to a wildfire and the smoke was blowing in. The sun glowed red and my throat and eyes started to feel dry. It was peak wildfire season when I drove through here, which always acts as a good annual reminder to follow campfire restrictions and to leave no trace. It's around 6 p.m. I had the windows in the backseat down just a little bit, just cracked, and I heard this weird noise. So I got these window visors so I can vent my windows at night to prevent condensation when I camp. Both of the rear ones broke off at the same time. Isn't that crazy? These have been on for the past month or 2. I heard a noise, I had no idea what it was, so I pulled over to stop to check, and well, I guess I have 2 new weapons. But I happened to stop across from this farm and pasture, and wildfire smoke is blowing in, but there's this haze rolling over the meadow. I kept driving through the haze until dark when it started raining, and I learned I was about to enter a thunderstorm. Once again, I am getting defeated by bad weather. There's a thunderstorm in the distance, and there's a lot of fog right here. Lightning just struck, not that close, but there's a really big bright flash and it scared me. So I'm going really slow now, and I'm not sure if I'll make it to the place I wanted to camp tonight because I'm still 3 hours away. I'm getting really tired, so I might stop someplace soon. Hello! Pulled over and I checked the radar, and you see that? Basically, I was driving straight into the heart of a thunderstorm. I was heading due west and the thunderstorm is heading due north. So I figured I would just pull over and stop until the thunderstorm passes, and then I can just continue to a rest stop or something. The thunderstorm is passing right overhead right now, which is freaking me out. So I think I'm just gonna wait it out. I'm so exhausted, so I'm just gonna have like a little cat nap, wait this out, and then figure out where to sleep for sure tonight. The thing about living out of your car / camping and being in the mountains, there's so much weather to consider and decisions to make in adverse events. And so you kind of need to think through what you would do in certain situations ahead of time if you want to be prepared, or just be quick on your feet with a lot of knowledge ahead of time to keep yourself safe. And there's plenty of cars going down this road still, even while it's thunderstorming. I could barely see where the lane was, honestly. And there are signs saying, oh, I officially entered a corridor with moose, deer, elk, and bears, which is 4 different species. There's just a lot going on right now, so I thought I would just pull over and wait things out a minute. I made it out of the storm, and I'll drive down to the next rest area and just set up for the night. It'll set me back 2-3 hours of driving tomorrow, but tomorrow was supposed to be a light day anyways, so it was only supposed to be 5 hours of driving tomorrow so I can enjoy some sights and show you guys around. But that'll put me at 8 hours of driving, which is totally doable. I've never actually felt like I've been overwhelmed by too much driving, but this trip is starting to feel a little bit like that, which is new for me. I feel like I'm gonna be sick of driving by the end of this week, which I usually am not. We'll see. Hey guys, this is as much as I can sit up, but the bed is very comfortable aside from this short headroom. I found a rest stop. I'm stopping here for the night. I just got set up. It's right on a lake, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the view is in the morning. This is my first time car camping in grizzly territory. I'm a little nervous. I'm probably not going to sleep well tonight. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. I did not sleep well, as expected, but it's okay. I still feel good enough this morning, energetic enough for some reason. It started raining just now, but waking up to this lake view is so beautiful. There's some fog over the lake. It's so gorgeous. One thing I like about Canada is your rest stops are always so scenic. I feel like the rest stops in America are not always that scenic. I did wake up at 4:30 a.m. I heard some loud noises in these woods over here. I heard branches breaking and stuff, and so that spooked me, but fell back asleep and was fine. So anyways, last night I forgot. I left the roof partially open to see if I could see the aurora, but of course cloudy, rain, and so it wasn't really visible. And then I checked the weather, and it's supposed to rain for the next 7 days across the Yukon and where I'm going in Alaska. So I might not be able to see the northern lights at all, which is my main goal for this trip, but it's okay. It just means I'll have to come back, right? Next summer. I've realized I've created for myself a really jam-packed itinerary, and so we gotta hit the road. So I can't remember if I mentioned this yesterday, but I started to cold soak my oatmeal an hour or 2 while I'm driving to save time, and it turns out pretty good. I mean, if you're not picky, I am all about efficiency when I'm on the road, and I don't really, take time for luxuries in food. I do that more at home, but yeah, I just cold soak some instant strawberry or peach oatmeal in here for a couple hours, and then it's good to go, and it saves me a little bit of time. You're probably thinking, oh, that's so sad, or like, just boil the water, how long can it take? I'm in a rush, okay? Don't question my routine. because it works for me. There's something about the rain that is making the aspens look really yellow, or maybe I've just crossed far enough north where they actually have turned yellow compared to the aspens I saw during the day yesterday. So the first stop for today is actually a park slash campground area where grizzlies are frequently spotted, and it's about 5.5 hours away. So maybe by the time I get there, it'll probably be around 1 or 2 p.m. And then after that, I'm gonna bring you guys to go see a glacier, which I have never seen as an adult. This will be my first glacier I'll ever see in Canada. Really excited. And then after that, tonight, I'm hoping to stay at a campground. It's first come, first serve, but I'm gonna be getting there pretty late. So we'll see if there's any availability. Otherwise, I'll find another rest stop like I did last night. I've stopped at a rest stop. If you couldn't tell, we have officially entered a boreal forest biome, which is one of my favorite biomes. That's what drew me to this area. It reminds me of Alone Season 6, if you've seen it. The trees in front of me and the grass and the colors, it's just so beautiful. Sorry, someone was standing outside my car. So I'm filming from this angle now. I've always wanted to see a moose. I still haven't seen one, but this environment is perfect for moose because it's wet. There's a lot of freshwater species, a lot of lakes, ponds. I'm just fascinated by this biome because it's wet like a rainforest, but it's not like the Pacific Northwest rainforest. And I just love it so much. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes me really happy. Every rest stop I stop at, there's just missing person signs everywhere, and it freaks me out a little bit. After a long morning of driving, it was time to gas up and turn onto the remote Stewart-Cassiar Highway, where I would head due north towards the Yukon. This is one of the most stunning drives I've ever been on. This is incredible. I've been seeing signs on the road that say mom and cub, bears for the next 13 kilometers, for the next 40 kilometers, do not feed bears. Grizzlies are pretty dense in this area, it seems. There's a bear in the river. Let's go look. Oh my god, literal dream come true. Minus them being deadly creatures, like do not go near them. I was using a long lens. I saw 2 grizzlies too, not just one, there were 2. They were just enjoying the water in the sun. It's a nice day, 60 degrees out. They were eating their salmon and that was so cool. Oh my gosh, I am beyond happy right now. That was one of the biggest goals of this trip and check, I did it. Okay, I'm on the way to a nearby glacier now. I'm so excited to see it. It's kind of on the border between Canada and Alaska. You can pretty much drive up to it. This drive to the glaciers, it's going through the mountains that are close to the border of Alaska, like I said. And so they're so gorgeous. And I think they're called cirques, those little bowls of green and glaciers at the top of the mountains. Those are my favorite features of mountains. And I'm seeing a lot of them. These mountains are so gorgeous. And I think they're so pretty also because the sun has come out. Yes. I'm gonna cry, I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how perfect today ended up. The weather, it's 63 degrees, it's sunny, there's a light breeze, it is the perfect temperature. All I do is see grizzlies and the weather turns good and I'm on top of the world. I just passed a black bear with the glacier in sight and there's no one here. Oh my god. This is the first time I've seen a glacier in Canada. It's so beautiful. And this is crazy because I'm viewing the glacier right here and then behind the camera there's a black bear. What? I pulled up a little further from the bear because I want to cook dinner and I don't want to do it right beside a bear. Tonight I'm gonna have chicken coconut curry. It's about 4 p.m. but I'm really hungry. I've been up early. There's a lot of bugs around, so I'm just gonna boil water on the ground like I'm backpacking. I'm gonna sit and enjoy this beautiful view while the water boils and then eat my dinner and then go find camp. Technically, I want to camp at the campground that's 3.5 hours away, but I'll probably get there pretty late, so I don't even know if I want to pay $20 to stay there and then wake up at 6 a.m. to leave. So I might just disperse camp somewhere, but I do want to get out of this area because it seems to be so bear dense and I don't want to sleep with food in my car in this dense of an area because there are bears literally crossing the road. So there are just open spots right in front of the glacier. It's just possible to camp here? That's insane. Oh my gosh, today has been exhausting but so worth it. It's been amazing. Is that a bad angle? Oh well, I'm too lazy to fix it. This should be done. Let's see. I just had dinner and I chatted with someone who was taking photos next to me. He was so nice. That was a really nice conversation. And I just had a really quick backpacking meal because I was just so hungry. And now I'm gonna go find camp. I don't have service anymore, so I'm just going off of what I've downloaded from Google Maps and hope hopefully I can find my way to camp tonight. It's getting dark. I just stopped for gas to top off before the next stop since gas is pretty scarce on this highway. The sunset tonight is so pretty. The clouds are dark purple-ish. Oh my gosh, I just passed another black bear on the side of the road munching on grass. Man, was that guy massive. It's past 9 p.m. and I don't think you can tell in this video, but it's still kind of bright out. The sun has been setting for, I feel like, 2 hours straight. I forgot the further north I get, the longer the days are before the equinox. I know there's a day when they start to become shorter than the lower 48, basically. But I wonder if because we're still in September, mid-September, that they're kind of long still. And the sky is kind of clear tonight, so I'm gonna set an alarm for 2 or 3 a.m. to see if the northern lights are out. I made it to the campground. I'm whispering because it's pretty full and the campsites are kind of neighboring each other, and I don't want to wake up my neighbors. They're very much asleep. It feels so good to finally be at camp. Oh my gosh, today was long. Yeah, I checked in with the attendant and she said that there are no bears in this campground. Thank God. Oh my gosh. I'm going to sleep so well. Holy cow, guys. Oh my God. It's 10:30 p.m. and I can see the aurora with my naked eyes. I can't even speak right now. I'm so excited. No one in this campground is awake. No one's freaking out. Why am I the only one freaking out? I can see it over the whole lake, but I don't know how to film it on my camera. This is absolutely insane. Oh my God, guys. I'm having the best day of my life. I mean, it feels really weird to say that because I'm still grieving and it feels very complex and I feel very conflicted about holding both of those feelings at the same time. But when Matcha passed, something in me told me to process my grief. I should go on that bucket list road trip I wanted to go on to Alaska. And I know she's just a rabbit, but part of me feels like this was a sign from both of my bunnies, actually, because they both passed this summer. I feel like this was a sign from them, and I'm really glad I listened because today might have been the best day of my life. I saw grizzlies, black bears, I saw a glacier, and now I'm seeing the northern lights dance right in front of my eyes. I am so sorry. I don't know how to film it on my regular camera. This is how bad a photographer and videographer I am. I am very amateur. I only like color grading, basically. But the actual filming part, I'm really bad at, and I'm so sorry I can't show it. I tried so many settings on my camera and I couldn't get it. So I ended up screen recording my phone camera. I hope that iPhone video is okay for you guys. It definitely does not do it justice in real life. It's so beautiful. I've never seen something this beautiful before. That night, as I reflected on the day, I started to feel guilty that I just had one of the best days in my entire life, only a few days after experiencing one of the worst. My grief started to creep back in, and I was angry for allowing myself to feel that much joy so soon after what had happened. It felt like I was moving on without them. But as I thought more about it, I realized that experiencing joy doesn't mean I love them any less and doesn't mean they're forgotten. So in this moment, I decided to live out the rest of this trip in their memory by allowing my heart to be open to joy, love, and self-compassion. And I hope that for anyone else experiencing grief, you might find it in your heart to be kind to yourself as well. This is so beautiful. I need to pull over and film this. Oh my God.